sex ed is there. Your all-day kindergarten, your meters, your electricity, everything. And they also talk about how they moved everybody from the outports in Newfoundland, and perhaps that's what should happen here. That's one of the recommendations for the small, rural, and remote communities. And then when you look at the growth plans, all population is to be along the 400 series highways. This is why they have a pipeline of water from Collingwood to Alliston, from Alliston to Beaton, from Beaton on to, I can't remember the last municipality, to make sure that they have water for the population that's to be along Highway 489 and Highway 9.
You read all this?
Yeah.
You don't want us in the country. Well planned.
It is, it's all in the plans. Read the Greater Golden Horseshoe Plan. All of those guys in the Niagara area, this is why they closed the processing plants down there, so that, oh, they can make wine. That's what that's all about.
Only.
This has been going on for decades, people. Why do you think the municipalities have all been told that tourism is to be their industry? Every one of them. It's right in the reports. You know, everybody is to promote tourism, you're to brand your municipality, you know, make it favoritism and everything else like that. But the whole problem is, just a second, Tim, the whole thing is how many tourists and how many tourist dollars are there? There's going to be winners and losers. Yes, Tim?
Can you slowly give us the names of those 3 reports? I think there's some skepticism here about them.
Okay.
If you can give us the names of those 3 reports so people can check for themselves.
Yep. Investing in people.
Can you write this down?
Are they on your website?
No, Marlene, can we get them put on the website?
We could.
Yeah,
You
okay.
send them-
I'll
you
email
send
them to her.
me?
Yeah.
I think I've got them, but I probably won't be able to find them. That's the problem I could.
I'll email them to
I
you.
have no
So
way to
it's
find them.
investing in people, creating
We'll put them up tomorrow.
a human capital society. You can't put them up tomorrow, I have to email them to you.
Oh, yeah.
Liz, what are people feeling in terms of their property devaluation where there are these wind farms? What are
Actually, we got a guy going to the assessment review board right now, working on this. The second report is small, rural, and remote communities and anatomy of risk. So small, rural, and remote.
So you got investing in people, creating a human capital society,
Yeah.
and
Small, rural, and remote.
Is there a name behind those reports, each one?
They're all done by the same guys. Small.
Yeah, but is there a name on them?
What?
Is there a name on them whenever?
Yes.
Oh, you should tell us, say each kind of name.
It's a whole panel.
Possible.
Okay. Small, rural, and remote communities. An anatomy of risk. Let's go right. Okay, and the last one is Ontario and the creative age. That's what the 2009 budget was based on.
Weren't they commissioned by a Liberal government to these guys? to
Actually,
do
this
that?
is the fun
Something
part.
like
The
that?
first 2 reports were actually supposed to go to the Conservatives, but it states right in the opening letter that they are happy that it's the Liberals because then they can implement a more liberal interpretation of these reports. These are the guys that created amalgamation, that did these reports. These are the guys that have been eroding your rights all along.
And what are the name of these guys?
Well, there's Michael Trebleco, and there's Garrett Mertler, and there's, I think,
Richard
David
Florida.
Wolf,
You're real popular
Richard
fast.
Florida.
Richard Florida. Their names are on the reports, so it's all there.
Okay.
who paid them, Liz?
You did.
If it was a question from our reporter here,
Taxpayers paid this.
the government
Yes.
hires them
Yes.
as consultants.
Yep. It's all there. And you have to get into, then you get into the Greater Golden Horseshoe Plan. You get into the urban plans and the urban reports. And once you get through all of those, and you look at exactly what's happening in this province right now, this is just to get you people out of rural Ontario.
But where would he go?
This is cities.
High density housing.
That's it.
That's my high density housing.
300 square feet.
Windmills. So we gotta go back to the windmills, but anyways,
I think we should bring up the one in France where they took the.
Okay. Just actually not too long ago this year, these people in France, they launched a tourt because they have this beautiful, beautiful chateau. And so they were looking at these 10 wind turbines, and they were successful in removing the 10 wind turbines because they interfered with their view. That's why I talk a lot about tort action, torts of nuisance, torts of trespass. So and when the turbines, when these plans are done and they overlap onto your property, the setbacks, that is an expropriation. That is. That also is an interference with your use and enjoyment of your property. So you do have the right to sue.
But you need a lot of money.
Yes.
This is why we're saying you guys got to get together. I've been talking to the anti-wind people for years. And every time I meet with them, and actually 2 years ago, they came to Niagara Falls and I met with 8 different groups because none of them will get together. Now, Wind Resistance is the website to go to. Wind Resistance has got the best information. Wind Resistance is working its hardest. So it is Wind Resistance. But I have told them time and time again, you guys got to get together. You have to have an umbrella group. I don't care who the umbrella group is, but get an umbrella group and start going at it from all of these different angles. Fund yourself. And they never did because everybody in these groups think they have the winning solution. Let's go to the Environmental Review Tribunal. We can win this time. So finally, after all of these years, I finally have been approached by a wind group that knows now that the ERTs are not going to work. They wanted new ideas. So this is where the landowners came in, because this actually is nothing to do against neighbor against neighbor. Now, this to me is the legislation. And this is government. And this is what the whole focal point is. It's failed recommendations. We have to remember, the panel said we have to remove the democratic rights of Ontarians to fulfill the recommendations of this report, or we will be like California. So they already know their recommendations are failed and they're making them anyways. And that's where the Green Energy Act comes in. That's where the turbines and the price of electricity comes from. So it's up to you guys to speak with your municipal councilors. It's up to you guys to get organized. And if you think that you're going to go to the Environmental Review Tribunal or any of those things, save your money. It's been done. And get your municipal councilors to get in touch with the municipal group in southwestern Ontario. You have a shot to do this. You can do this. But get organized. And because I've done all this work, I would really appreciate it if you are not a member of the Landowners Association, if you would please join. Because I'm not even getting paid to come down here tonight. So we've got to get the word out. We've got to let the leaseholders know that if they enter into these leases, they can lose everything.
What do you mean when you talk about the leaseholders? Like,
They're the property owners.
okay, your land isn't leased. I have.
No,
land
you're
that's
missing the
leased.
point. No, it
That's
is,
what I don't
wait,
understand.
okay. You're the property owner.
Right,
So then the turbine company is
Ah.
going to lease
Okay.
land from you.
okay then,
So then you're the holder of that lease.
right.
So I actually have the article over on that table over there in regards to Garth Manning in the Ontario Farmer. I have a copy of the court document for the perfected construction lien against the municipality of Manitoulin, as well as on the back are the 5 municipal properties that it was registered against. And I do actually have over there because, and I have been talking to other wind groups, the letter to the Lieutenant Governor and the letter to the Commissioner of the RCMP to have Kathleen Wynne charged for breach of trust because she said the words on live television. And I need literally thousands of those. The proof is there, the footnote is there. So anyways, any more questions because it's 10 after 9?
What are the liens? Are the liens going on the municipalities as well as the homeowners?
Yes, they are.
So that once a deal gets signed, even if, say, this community signed that deal and this small group decided to protest it, aren't all of they on the hook for that, I don't know, $1 billion or
Yep.
whatever?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
So it makes it impossible to stop it once the deal is signed.
Well, you see, it's like this. So when you sign an agreement and it's based on an illegal act, that agreement is void.
So then it's a matter of proving that it was
It's a
illegal
matter
before.
of proving that, and that's why I'm trying to get all of these municipalities together to assist in funding each other to actually have a reference done on this, as well as a judicial review. They can do this.
If this works, you can actually do an end run on the Wynn Liberals.
Like I said, the breach of trust letters are there. We've got to get them in. I've already approached a lawyer. I asked how much money will it cost to have her charged with her caucus and so on and so forth who involved with this situation. And the lawyer informed me it doesn't matter how much money you have, Liz, the Attorney General will dismiss the charges. The only way you can get this done is to get thousands upon thousands of letters sent to the Lieutenant Governor and the RCMP telling them to lay the charges, remove the executive or parole, one or the other.
What about Peter?
Well, actually, I was going to start working on a letter for the Federal Attorney General and the Governor General, but some wind people got a hold of me and I got a little tied up.
I sent him.
The other side obviously is aware of your knowledge. Have they put any pressure on you or any try to sidetrack you?
They have no clue what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, it's down.
Because poor Jack, he was out of the loop. Because it has to get through all of his assistants before he gets the information. And I've been so busy tied up with this that I haven't actually sent Jack a lot of this information.
So what do you mean? It's getting to them but not getting it to him?
It's getting to him, but it's not getting to the opposition parties because they all have these assistants. And when I send an email to the assistants, they just blow it off. Because I'm a landowner. I have all the information they need to do something about this. But because I'm a member of the Ontario Landowners Association and a very proud member of the Ontario Landowners Association, poo-poo on me. Yes, ma'am.
If a municipality has already accepted money,
They best be refunding it.
Because it is illegal. It's
Well,
null and
no,
void.
actually,
Null
they
and
can
void.
receive funding
Yeah.
for things from third-party entities. It's like anybody making a donation.
from the solar, yes?
Yeah, from anywhere, as long as there's no strings attached. If there are strings attached, would that not seem like maybe bribing?
Absolutely. Without exception.
So these municipalities, like I told them at the multi-municipal, stop taking the money. The carrot isn't worth it. And so that's also up to your municipal councils, but they're going to have to deal with staff. And that is, to me, the biggest problem in a lot of municipalities, not all of them.
So we have to ask what strings came with the money.
Yeah, you got to get on them. That's their job to know all this.
Can I ask,
Hold on. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next week I walk over to the municipal building there and, okay, I asked to have an appointment with the mayor. Eventually I meet the mayor and I start telling him about the multi-municipal group. And I start telling him, I ask him questions, what the municipality have they been approached, blah, blah, blah. Would this be a good starting point? Because I'm able to talk to the mayor I know him.
Do what you
Okay?
can.
I don't know all of the other people, okay? So would this be a good starting point? Because everything you're saying seems so big and I seem like such a small person. You see what I mean?
Okay, this is the thing. It starts with one. How do you think I started? I just started reading. And then I thought, I have to tell people about this.
Yes.
And then I started researching. And then I started telling people about things. you know, and a lot of times I didn't get a good reception. But I had to stand up, because if I don't stand up,
Yeah, who will?
right,
Yeah.
so that goes for all of you. And then I was blown off my chair when the Canadian Justice Review Board called me and asked me if I would like to participate and be a member of their board. Go to the Canadian Justice Review Board website and see who my colleagues are. I'm the only one on that board who does not have post-secondary education. Al Rosen, who was the past Deputy Attorney General, no, Auditor General for Canada, is on that board. And they're looking to me for information,
So who-
because we share.
Do we know who is on the, because if I go speak to the mayor. I'll
Get a
tell
hold of
him-
Beth. Beth has the information, and
So-
she's keeping it safe for the counselors.
I'll say like, go talk to this person and this person, please contact them.
Yeah.
I can't just say the multi-municipal group, he'll say, what the hell is that? You see what I mean?
No, he probably knows, you've sent him enough of that information.
I've
Yeah.
sent it out.
He's
And the
first on it.
multi-municipal have assured me that they will be contacting the other mayors. But it would certainly look a lot better if your counselors were contacting them. So Beth has the email address. It can't go out to anybody else. It has to go to counselors. They're the ones that have to actually start becoming educated about this. And it's very difficult. I'm not ever trying to hurt.